So you're looking to upgrade to a cinema camera. I mean, you've probably watched the thousands of videos on the internet now about why cinema cameras are like the move. And let's face it, you want that raw footage. You want that footage that lets you be lazy, that lets you, edit stuff after the fact, even if you mess up before. You want to show up on set with the client with a big chunky rig to show them that you are good enough for the job. I get it, I get all these. You know what, I understand because I myself fell into that and bought myself a cinema camera not too long ago. I've been using this professionally for about 2 years, but in this video, I want to tell you why I haven't even touched this camera for around the last 6 to 8 months, why it's been sitting and chilling inside this Pelican case for a while now. Okay, so the first reason why I haven't touched my cinema camera in over 6 months is honestly because it adds a whole other long, tedious step to the creative process. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but when you have a cinema camera, at least like that one, you have to build stuff around it to make it work. And the Blackmagic actually is pretty decent. Usually you just have to add a battery, maybe a monitor since it's not tilting. A RED camera, you have to add way more. So I wanna explain to you guys how annoying this can be. Look, at first, rigging out your camera when you first buy it and when you first get it, ordering all the little pieces to make it great, it's fun. It's really dope. It's actually really exciting. And for the first, time, it's encouraging. It kind of made me want to create more content and helped my creative process. As time went on, I started noticing that I would look over my Pelican case and be like, do I really want to build this thing out? And do I really want to take this time for this shoot? Does it even need it, to be honest? As I've matured in my creative journey and as I've gone in my career as a filmmaker, I've realized that there's only one important question that you have to ask yourself when it comes to upgrading or getting a new piece of gear. And it's this: is this going to make me more productive, or is it just going to slow me down? I want you to ask yourself that question, because I feel like we all, as creatives at least, tend to believe that the reason that we're not where we are, or that we're not getting better, or that we're not landing more clients is that we don't have the gear for it, or that we don't have the things necessary to level up. And look, I get it. It's the easiest thing to blame. I mean, none of us want to face the truth, which is maybe we should work on this or that. We just think that, oh, it's gotta be the camera's fault. That's gotta be the reason why. But maybe, maybe, you're just setting your focus on the wrong kind of progression. Okay, one of the next things that I want to warn you about is that if you're gonna get a cinema camera and if you're looking to upgrade to one, I really do think that you need to go all in. You need to get one of the higher end cinema cameras. Look, I cheaped out and I got the Blackmagic 6K, and I realized something as I used it. If you do shoot in controlled environments most of the time, upgrading to a cinema camera when it's not a super easy thing to do isn't really wise. I did it, I got it, I had the money for it, so I went and I spent it, and I realized that the image quality that I was getting from the Blackmagic, I could do very well on a camera like this one. Like in this controlled environment, I think this image looks really great, and I'm not using my Blackmagic for it, you know what I mean? I'm using a $800 DSLR from Panasonic. Now I know what you're saying. You're like, dude, okay, cool, image quality, whatever, but I need to show up with the baddest camera to my clients, okay? I need to impress this guy. I want more work from them. Or I need to impress my friends. I wanna give you guys an example of a part of my career that I don't really talk about much. Back in 2018 in the fall, I ran the campaign for the merchandise for the Dallas Mavericks, both the general merchandise and then the city edition merchandise. I did both of them, okay? And I'm talking about commercials that were aired on Fox, played in halftime during, the show, in the big Jumbotron, footage that was used all around the American Airlines Stadium. All of that without this cinema camera. I did that all with the Canon 80D. It's something that I was kind of insecure about when I got the opportunity to do this. Something that happened, or should I say didn't happen, when I showed up on set with a Canon 80D, was the director be like, that's it? No, that didn't happen. They were just happy that I was there. They enjoyed the way that I had created stuff in the past. When I sent them my reel, they liked my work. The question of the camera never came up because they were already looking for what I wanted, what I could offer. The way I created content, they didn't check. It was never a check in, in between emails between me and the merchandise director. It was never a check of, hey, you do happen to have the best cinema camera in the game, right? You are gonna use a RED camera, aren't you? No, that never came up, and it was never a question. And that's it. I feel like some of us care about impressing other cinematographers more than we care about the things that matter, like making money, making good work, creating great content. And look, I wanna clarify, I'm not saying this to brag or boast about the great opportunity I was given. I'm super grateful for the people that allowed me to be able to be a part of that campaign. It was one of the best, experiences I've ever had. I'm only telling you that so you understand that a cinema camera isn't going to make your content good. One of the other points I wanted to make here in this video is that I had to buy a cinema camera and I had to experience using it for me to understand that I didn't need it for my work to be good. I feel like if you're like me and you're a YouTube addict in the last, year or two, and you're a content creator and you follow all the great people, the Peter McKinnons, the Sarah Dietschys, the Maddie Hapoyas, you start to like glorify a cinema camera because that's the top of the line. That's video. That's me committing to video, and that's what's gonna make it better. And I fell into that trap myself, and I had to order this camera. I had to spend over $5,000 on all of the stuff I needed for it to be what I thought was great. I had to go through all of that to realize that I just didn't need that to make great content. You know what? I don't even use it. This camera that I'm using for YouTube, I took on a client shoot yesterday, and I filmed this whole thing, and I haven't edited yet. Maybe I'll add some B-roll here, but this is the same idea that there is in life. You think that popularity or social media following or a certain amount of money or the biggest amount of friends around you are going to give you the end goal, which is happiness or whatever you're kind of looking for. And we tend to believe that until we've achieved that level that we thought was gonna give us that, AKA we got to 1,000 followers or 10,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000. And we realize that's when we start to realize that, dang, this didn't satisfy me and it didn't make me a better person in life. And it's not changing my life in a crazy amount of ways. And I think that applies to content creation and this cinema camera craze over the last couple of years. I had to go and I had to buy it. I had to test it. I had to use it for a year for me to realize that I don't need it, and I probably only will use it for my podcast because, I need a third camera, you know what I mean? I'm not expecting you to watch this video and be like convinced, like, oh, you know what, he's right, I don't need a cinema camera. Go ahead, go buy one, go get one. Speed up the process. And so you can realize that at the end of the day, the only things that matter are your ideas and the way that you put it together and your brain. That's what matters. So right now, I wanna encourage you to hit subscribe and like, and then close this YouTube app and start planning your next project. Start planning the next thing that you've been wanting to do. Go, get back to the drawing board, get back to executing, start learning, start repeating. Don't let this gear FOMO stop you from creating. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're one of the subscribers who came on from the iPad mini videos, I wanna remind you, this is a channel that is gonna revolve around these things: tech, kind of cameras and content creator stuff, and lifestyle things that have to do with life. My thoughts, this is all simply my thoughts. So if you're into tech, content creation, and life, I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit like. I would like to thank everyone who has done that and has watched my other videos. They've done really well out of nowhere. I don't know how that happened, but I've gained in less than 25 days over 100 subscribers, which is great, and I'm very happy about it. So thank you for that. I am super, super grateful for you guys. If you are new, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm sure you like camera stuff. I'll be talking about that more in the future. Share this with a friend or put it in a group message with all your favorite people and tell them why you enjoyed it. And remember, stay great.